Hi, so we have another game between 9Q players on IGS where white won by resignation, and this game was a little bit messy at some point. Let's see what happened. So first of all, we have a diagonal Fuseki. This usually leads to a more complicated game right on. Now black decides to play to the middle of the side, but it's a bit more effective to attack the corner, so black should go all the way for the top left Kakari first. That's good direction of play, and usually white will respond calm. Now black can extend back for a base, or he can just Enoki and attack the other corner too. Black can play more active because usually white in these even games has a 6.5 komi, so in order to compensate that advantage, black should keep a fast pace in Fuseki development. So playing to the middle of the side instead of attacking a corner, it's a bit slow, so white could just make a Shimari and prevent the corner approach. Well, white decides to be active and attack the top right corner instead. That's also fine. This quick kick is questionable. I know the bots like it even if there is no middle side extension for black in the top, but in general it helps white more than black, so black should just protect calm. And then if white takes the Shimari in the top left, either tight or loose, black can consider a pincer. Or in this case, black can play the kick and then take away the extension. But also, white can just extend back to the middle of the top side, then black will approach the corner and Kakari the other corner. So this looks like a normal Fuseki, but playing the kick usually helps white. And now white extends ideally in the top. In this case, white can play high, because white already has a low stone at d17, so it alternates better the high and the low moves on the top side. Anyway, nothing wrong with the 3 space extension low, because if you have this kind of follow-up and white also gets the Shimari, it's really an ideal formation. Anyway, black prevents the Shimari by playing a corner approach, which is good. So white takes the Kosumi. Keima would work too. Keima it's good relation with the top k17, so actually either way it's fine for white. The idea is to prevent being pressed down. So if white just plays away, black is happy to put pressure here. And now the extension on the left side looks excellent for black, so this is something white doesn't want to tolerate, therefore Kosumi like this. Now black goes back to protect the left side. Locally this is a good move, but it feels a bit over concentrated, especially that later on white can kick once. And the reason for this move is to prevent being pressed at d14, so if black plays away, white can put pressure right away on the left side, and this will keep black low and will increase the top moyo. So it makes sense for black to play a move here, even though it can be considered a little bit slack. So white takes the Shimari, that's very good. Black removes the extension on the right side, but actually here the bottom side is more open, so it's more interesting for black to attack from the bottom area. And then if white extends on the right, black can jump once or extend back in order to set up his own moyo. So this is something black should consider in this case, because now playing q10, white can attack at f3 and try to develop the most open space on the board. That's good direction of play. Also for white to for black to pincer makes sense in this case, because if black simply protects the left side, white is happy to jump back towards the lower right Shimari and continue the moyo plan. So pincer, it's an option. White decides to take the corner, that's the most common move. If white wants to play a bit more active, the jump here it's an option, and then when black defends the left side, white can play a counter attack. So playing a move like k3 or even l3 works really well with the Shimari in the lower right corner. Then black will jump out, white will jump again, black will probably protect the left side, and white can come out in order to put pressure on the h5 group. So black has to run in this direction. Then white can try to settle the base first. In this case, when black is really interested to build the left side, black will block Atari and just go for the left side, then fix his group. Now here white can play a peep in order to stay connected in the center and then grab another big point on the board. So this would be a fight, but not so complicated in fact. I mean, both colors can handle it. If white just jumps and then puts pressure like this, taking the wall is not very effective in this case because black already has the middle side extension in place, so the wall is facing that direction and it's not going to be very useful. Alright, so sun invasion this time. Black would block the left side in order to set up a moyo. So now he can go for a box here. Alright. Now black separates and white hane right away. Usually here, when there is no other stone at d6 or c6, white should push first, c4, to build a larger corner. Then black has to get ahead. Now hane d2 and connect, and after black connects, white can jump out. So white will live in the corner, but being on the third line, it's going to be a larger corner. This hane is played when black has a stone at d6. So let's say we have this position with white around here. Then black also has d6. So now when white invades the corner and black separates, in this case white never pushes at c4 because black will block with a tiger mount, and then white still needs hane d to connect and make life on the left side. But this is more painful. So in this case white has to hane first, connect, and instead of pushing c4, slide, because on the slide it's a bit tougher for black to block, and this way white will live more comfortable in the corner. But when there is no stone at d5 or I mean d6 or c6, white should push instead of hane, because when playing the hane at d2, black can choose to switch and go for the left side again. So in this case, even if white leaves under, it still feels nice for black to make the wall, which is facing the direction of his middle side extension. So it's very important here not to mix up the josekis. Now compared to the classic joseki, white has a lower corner, less points. Also on the push, black should always no-be, because if black plays the hane to push white down, white can just descend and cut and then get a bigger corner by capturing c5. So c5 hane, which is an overplay, got punished in this sequence. So hane connect, then white has to jump on the second line. Now black can put pressure from the third line, so white has to push and turn, and this way white builds less than in the actual joseki. White played the connection underneath, but this is very slack. Sorry, black had to, if black wants to capture this stone, he can play hane above, but black doesn't have to worry about that stone right now. Either put pressure on the left side and go all the way towards the corner, because if white starts moving from f2, black can still fight in this area. And this is the kind of RG white will use later in the game, not immediately, so nothing to worry about. Therefore, playing f2, it's really slack. So white got a big point. m3 is very good because it prevents the entry approach. And this kind of move on the left side, it's still better as a shoulder hit at c6. But right now, black can play on the right side, either r7 or a bit more active, the attach at r5, then pull back, turn, hane. So like this, black gets stronger on the right side in sente, and then he has time to play on the left as well. So in the actual game, when black plays this kind of c7, white can attach on the second line, then go up, and the corner gets bigger, while the left side it's smaller. And now white also grabs the big point on the right. It's good to play a move like b7 to prevent the Kosumitsuke and the surrounding move, because now white needs another move to leave in the corner. So 1 and 3 can become center for black. If white plays away again, let's say white slides, black can Hane in the corner on the first line, then Hane again, and this will reduce the group to the dead L formation. So we have this group which is dead unconditionally. No matter what white plays next, this will be captured. One eye only. So, oh, black played a kick. He likes this kick, but it's not so great. If black wants to protect the right side, he should simply play s10. But black can also think about a probe in the corner, q3 or r3, to see how white reacts, and then decide what to play on the right side. So for example, if this happens, Hane once. Now when white goes no b, black can leave in the corner right away. But he doesn't have to do it immediately. It's just Aji for later. And if white wants to keep the corner, black can play a tile on the outside and then attach. So like this, black can block the right side and create some Aji inside white's moyo, and also keep center. So right now black can slide in the top or play some reducing move here. This would be slightly better for black. Also, playing a cap, it's an option, and then think about the invasion. Black should try to develop the center in this case, because the right side, after the kick, white is growing towards the middle, and black still needs moves to prevent the invasion at r11, so black should jump out like this, or protect the side with a move like q12, and this feels a bit over concentrated. So now black tries to reduce. Simply block. Block the other way, it's possible too. So when black goes out, white can link. And now if black keeps pushing, he's in an empty triangle and it's quite painful. And if black plays the bump here, white can Nobi again, trying to separate, and then connect under with an elegant Keima. But the connection here is good too. Now this block is no need. White can separate, because if black turns once, white can just block, so that's a matter of 1 point. And going out between the groups is more active. Now black needs to make some eye shape. Also, white has the option to lean on the stones on the right, so play the attach here to make r11 work even better, and then go out. Now if black fears for his n6 stones, he will take the key point, then white can cut. And this way white gets some profit in the middle while attacking indirectly. And anyway, when black turns once, white will block, so that's not a problem. This kind of block was more like a reflex defense, I guess. So black got timing to fix his shape. Good idea to separate here, so the group in the middle is still under some kind of pressure. Instead of jump, should just now be up, because if black plays the tiger mount, white can bump, and if black tries a cut here, white has Atari first on the second line, then jump out. Or play Kosumi and go out in order to put more pressure on the black group. So white is ahead in this kind of run in the middle. But when white plays the jump, black can play the tiger mount in center, and white has to pull back. It doesn't work to bump again, and now this feels good exchange for black on the bottom, because it makes a nice eye shape. Anyway, black felt in trouble in the middle, so he jumped out there. But playing this exchange first is good, and then go out. So now white plays the tiger mount. That's a good move. Instead of Atari, white should cover first, because if black doesn't have the stone at h4, he will not be happy with the Atari in the middle at g5. So black will no b first, and then white can Atari, and this will force an empty triangle. If black plays k3, white can pull back, and then black still needs to extend to prevent the Atari in the middle, and now white goes out. So this is still a good formation for white in the middle. But after playing the Atari, when Hane in the center, black can block. In the other variation, if black plays the Hane in the middle, white has Atari and extend. Oops, just no B. Then black has to pull back, and like this, white is a little bit ahead in the fight, so I can think about capping here. So this Atari under was a little bit of Ajikeshi. Now black still goes for a capture here. So white should simply pull back or Atari, then connect with I shape. Descent here, it's a bit risky because black can play Atari first and connect. So black can resist in the fight, and now if white tries to connect under, it doesn't work anymore. So black is actually connected and the stones in the middle are separated. So black missed an opportunity here. Going down is wrong because white can still block in center and then jump out. Or now white fixes error and pull back and later use the edge of the two stones. That's fine. Push here, it's okay. Capture one stone, it's no need. Anyway, black is not going to put himself in Atari at k5. So right now, white should think about the peep, because this gives black a bad shape. Then pull back, and now black is on the run. If black connects here and white links also, this only gives black one eye, so black is still on the run. Taking the stone like that, it's gote, and black still has one eye. So it's good for white to keep center. White is center right now, so better continue center. Let's say attach here to lean on the right side, but actually looking on the bottom group. So when black defends, now I can use this move and connect under. So this was a bit slow. Black can actually came trying to connect his stones in a better shape in the middle. Nobi here is no need. Anyway, the bottom is not going to become too large, and actually here white has the Hane, so black has to go down and capture the two stones. But after Hane there's a cutting point, so normally white should come back and protect, but it's too small. It's still more interesting to play, for example, this invasion and connect under. And if black wants to capture one stone, it's not such a big deal. It's one stone with a few points of surrounding territory. So Nobi was a little bit slow in this case, but for some reason it became center, and it shouldn't be. I mean, right now black can play away, and if white turns, black blocks, white has two liberties, the cut here doesn't work. On the turn, black can capture one more stone, and only when white reduces the liberties from the outside, black has to capture. So this was lack of reading by black, I guess. That's a good key point to invade. And before going out, white should actually test black in the corner. If black decides to give up a few points, this is a center follow-up for white, and then white can come out with his invasion stone. And if black descends to p18 with fighting spirit, white can use the attach. And now there are several options. For example, if block Hane first, like this, oops, white gets stronger on the right side, and it's easier to attack the empty triangle group after that, and also the other group in the middle. So that's a good diversion for white to try. Anyway, you know, going out with a Kosumi, it's possible too, in a direct way. Black doesn't need this move. He should peep once and then jump between the groups. On this move, white can play Kosumitsuke. Now when Atari comes on the second line, white can slide towards the corner first and then block with a ko. And then of course fight the ko a little bit, but white it's already connected and black has to secure the corner. And then push once, create some cutting points and surround the corner. And then of course separate these groups. Something will probably die. This looks a little bit heavy, and white still needs this kind of move to prevent the connection under. Because if white just goes out, black can link under like that. Going down leaves the vital point at S13, so white still needs a move to connect, which is ugly. Black can hane once to prevent the connection underneath and jump out. So now white is still on the run. Oops, I meant one space jump and then separate the groups. So it's not clear who's attacking who, but both are out in the center. So yeah, this is a key point. Black connects. Black could actually connect with a jump like this, because on the pip he can play the bamboo connection and then make nice shape in the middle. That was too submissive. This is a bit too much. Why should just push and later use the idea of S16 clamp like this? White can make life in the corner. But jump all the way, it's a bit risky. So the idea would be to play San, but there's not enough space in the corner. Oh wait. Ah yeah, this move first and then block. Yeah, white can leave. Okay. Like that is difficult to leave. So the invasion failed and white just gave too many points for no compensation here. Yeah. Completed that. Actually, black can go down, because when white plays here, it's only 3 in line. Like that, white it's only making a 9 gotes, so it's better to run out. When in danger, jump out in the middle. So now black is trying to kill this. Actually, white can connect with this tiger mouth in order to lean on the stones on the right. So if black tries to catch the group this way, white will make I shape in a few moves, also threatening the life of the bottom group. So now black is in trouble. This empty triangle is a bit ugly. White can play Atari first, then connect. And on the cut, Atari and connect back and jump towards the right to try to kill the black group in the middle. Black went out. No need to Atari, just one space jump. If black plays the wedge, Atari and connect. If cut, Atari and make I shape. Oops. I mean like this. It's also possible just no B. Because never know, maybe white can use the peep at 015 later. Anyway, white it's out like that, also fine. And here black can think about the peep first, and then jump out to force white into a heavy shape. But white it's actually fine. The group will survive, it's already in the center. This is risky. Black can cut and play the ko to kill everything. Nothing to lose in this ko. So actually, white should connect solid, black gets ahead, and white should jump towards the bottom, because next white has the M8 peep, so black will protect to keep I shape, and now white makes the dog face to jump out and create I shape too. This was really risky, but black didn't go for the ko, so white connects. It's still more interesting to play the peep at M8, but right now should just make a nice tiger mouth shape connection in the center, and if black surrounds, next peep, and then net the entire group. So this way, black defends, White makes some ice in the end, very good. And jump again. Alright. Here black can push in center, threatening the cut. And then he can play away. The invasion in the top is actually a good idea. Atari, not so great actually. He could play the Kosumi to connect under. Because if white tries this kind of connection, the ladder doesn't work. It will go on the left side. So black can resist it a fight, and this is a problem. No way out for white. The top will die. So again, black missed an opportunity. Playing like this, white can just connect under. So white didn't lose much, only one stone. This is wrong. Black should capture right away. So when white connects again, black will play away. Like that. It's a bit more heavy. Well, going down like that, it's a bit small. So black can play a move to reduce the top side. White needs to link on the second eye, which is painful. Then slide in the corner, and if white connects under at p19, black can just descend. So this way, white is going to save one stone in Gote. It's just endgame. No need to worry about that right now. So descending here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 points move in Gote for black. It's too small at this stage. So white expands the top, black slides. That's a very good move. So earlier in the game, white should play the kick at c16. Instead of jumping, Kosumitsuke here, and then reduce the left side a little bit. This invasion is pretty good too. But something similar will happen later in the game. Anyway, white can play everything in center there and then reinforce the top. So now Atari and nothing happens there. This Kosumi is no need yet. White should still play something on the left side, either disattach or try the invasion. Locally in the top, white can play the 2-2 point. Now black has several options. Go up and then try to expand the left a little bit. But black can also pull back and white pulls back in Gote. If black cuts, this can become a trade, so white separates too. Then black needs to play Atari from the top side. White goes down, Atari from the outside, push once, because if black cuts, white has the Hane. So black has to pull back. White connects, but now black needs to leave in the top in Gote. So he makes 3 points there twice. But then white damages the left side. So even if black took the corner, cutting the stone at the 18, white compensates pretty nice on the left side with this jump. So it's not worth it for black. Black is losing more points than he damaged in the top left. So that's why instead of Kosumi, white should consider b18. This move, yeah, it doesn't reduce much. Okay, good to keep everything connected. And now the invasion on the left side. That's a little bit too deep. It's good enough to play just c9. But in fact, white can just attach and go up. This is to keep things simple and stay connected. So invade, Hane that way. Well, this was quite nice for black. Sorry, for white, better than expected. So black should think about Hane the other side. Also, black can ignore completely and play the Kosumitsuke threatening to kill the corner and then surround the corner because this is Sente, and then play Nobi one way or the other in order to catch the invasion on a larger scale. This is too easy for white, and the invasion succeeded. just connects on it. Nothing happens if black cuts, because when black tries to connect, it's a damage to Mari, so white is still connected. Black doesn't need this move. He's already safe, and anyway, that kind of a push here would be sent later, but black can peep here and later jump in the middle. So this is just a 1 point block. Ah, interesting. Black can just go down here and nothing happens. The stone is captured, so black is connected. That feels an overplay. Normally, white just hane, black blocks and extend to get a few extra points in the center. Now here, black can play this kind of move, threatening to catch the 3 stones. So when white Atari, black goes out, white needs to protect in the middle, and black can cover and kill the stones on the left side. There is no way for white to escape here. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. We had to take away liberty like this. So when white tries to go out and cut, black will capture. The other way, white can go out like this with Atari, Atari, and capture. But empty triangle, it's a bit ugly. Black can simply push, then let the stones go out and protect. No, he doesn't need to protect yet. White is still trying to escape, and then come back to play this kind of connection, which creates a double tiger mount. So black is safe, or directly play this move. So when white pushes left or top, black is all connected and white needs to protect too. So this is where black messed up big time, because somehow he lost all his stones on the left side. Actually here, black can block this way, because when white pushes, black is connected anyway and white has to come back. So white can push more. White didn't push further. But this can be a problem because it's threatening several cuts. So now when black protects like this, white can cut the 3 stones. Atari, Atari again. Then black has to jump out somehow to connect to his other stones. So white still gain in the fight, reducing the left side. Like this, black is safe. But now black is taking away his own liberties. Black should push in the corner first, then block. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 liberties against 4. So when white tries to increase the liberties, black will push, hane, and white still has only 4 liberties. Therefore, this semi, it's 3 against 4. Black doesn't even need to play in that area anymore. But black played an Atari, so he took away one of his liberties. Then this move. And in this case, white should just push. Now, black has only 3 liberties. Atari in the top, it's not a problem. White connects, hane, white takes. The other Atari, it's also not a problem. White connects, and when black plays the wedge, white has the double Atari, so white is connected in the top. And now when black tries to win the semi, it's 3 against 3. White has the key point, and then white will win the race by 1 liberty. So this is already game over for black. So here black can still win the semi. Black can play b15, white has to block in the corner, and black has time to capture those stones faster. And now the vital point doesn't work anymore. Black will win by 1 liberty. So white turns to take away the important liberty. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already white is ahead in the race. So black realized his mistake, I guess, but it's just too late. And now black doesn't have ice with his dragon. So He's trying a desperate attempt here. Actually, white can push down Atari and block. White is still winning the semi by 1 liberty. So like this, black can catch 2 stones to save his group. But black was ambitious, Atari like that and turn. White doesn't even need that move. White can just Hane and take the top left to prevent the forcing moves on the left side. Atari here is not a problem. White still has 4 liberties in top and black got 3. And if black plays here, white has the wedge. So there's nothing going on there. And now black jump in the middle, then he resigned. But actually black can try B13 in center. Also block, because white has to remove the dead group. And then peep once in the middle and come out with a Kosumi and jump to try to connect to his other stones in the center. But it's already painful. I mean, even if black's dragon escapes, he already lost too much in the top left corner where he was supposed to build all that territory. So well done by white. Congrats.